Hello and welcome to my final project presentation. My name is Ryan and I decided to do my project on a company called Rural Sourcing. So let's jump right into it. So what is Rural Sourcing? Rural Sourcing is a US based software development company and they connect companies with talented IT professionals. So basically, companies have a need for some software and for whatever reason they cannot develop it in-house. So they outsource the project out to Rural Sourcing, and Rural Sourcing creates the software or fixes the software if there's a problem with the software that they had already, or creates a new asset to that software and gives it back to that company. Um, One of the things that they're really big on, they utilize what's called agile software development methods. And that basically just means that they're highly adaptable when it comes to working with software and different different avenues that they have to take. They have a bunch of different teams with a bunch of different skill sets, and what they'll do is they'll get the best people with the best skill set and put them together in a team and have them create that software. So this information comes from Crunchbase.com. This is a little bit about Rural Sourcing. They were founded in 2004. Their CEO is Monty Hamilton, and their headquarters is in Atlanta, Georgia. And they have anywhere from 500 to 1,000 employees, depending on what projects they're working on. These are some of the bigger companies that they've developed software for. Some of the more well-known companies. They do work with smaller companies as well, but these are some of the more prominent ones. These are the branches around the US that they have, that Rural Sourcing has, and they have two here in Georgia, one in Augusta, one in Atlanta. The one in Augusta is actually right downtown off of Green Street in the Enterprise Mill building. And these are some of the statistics I found on ruralsourcing.com. They claim to, highly increase the velocity, efficiency, and productivity at which the software is developed when using Rural Sourcing as opposed to any other means. Now, this is the position I'm actually seeking. It is called Junior Associate. It is a paid internship. And in this position, it is actually it's an entry level position that in order to get it, it is required that you are currently enrolled in college doing a computer based degree, and you have to have some foundational knowledge with of course computer science and programming, and also you have to be fairly conversational, and have really strong communication skills. And so I fit that mold perfectly. So I thought this would be an excellent entry level position for me. So in order to get some additional information about the company and about that position, I did an informational interview, and my informational interview was done with a gentleman named Eric Thomason. He is currently a student at Augusta Tech doing his programming degree. He's been an intern at Rural Sourcing for about 6 months, and he was actually able to give me some really great insight about what the day-to-day workings with the company, some of their cultures. One of the biggest things that stuck out to me is that this company, this internship, it's very, very entry level, right? So they want you to, like I said, have some a fair level of knowledge with when it comes to programming, but really a lot of what you learn is taught there. They pair you with some senior level representatives, and you kind of work hand in hand with them. They teach you how to implement some of the skills that you learned in school in the real world. And so I thought that was extremely interesting. Another thing that he told me is they have a huge emphasis on being able to communicate well with the team because they have that agile development strategy. A big part of what they do is teamwork and being able to communicate well with your team, being able to have those really strong interpersonal skills. He said that is just as important, if not more important, than being able to program, because the programming to a certain extent can be taught, and that's pretty much what you're doing. He said a lot of the day is devoted to going on YouTube and going to things like Code Academy and just developing those skills. But those soft skills, those communication skills, the ability to work well in team is one of those underlying skills that they really look for. And he told me, in the interview, they really try to weed out people who don't have strong communication skills. So I thought that would work pretty well in my favor. So this information comes from Glassdoor.com. This is the salary range for rural sourcing. It ranges, the salary ranges from $34,000 a year to about $108,000 a year on average. That $34,000 is going to be that junior consultant, that internship position that I'm talking about. And then from there, once you graduate, you get promoted to associate consultant, and their average is about $54,000 a year. And then from there, you kind of work your way up the rung and hopefully, end up as a development center director with $108,000 a year salary on average. So why am I interested in this company in particular? Why am I interested in rural sourcing? Well, there's a couple reasons for that. First and foremost is going to be the low barrier to entry, right? There are so many companies, because I've done a lot of research on, entry level tech companies, and a lot of them, although they kind of advertise themselves as being entry level, they want 2, 3, 4, even 5 years of experience under your belt. And although I have worked, with coding and programming, I haven't done it in any formal sense. And this is a great opportunity, this internship program. They kind of take you, put you under their wing, teach you and mold you to be who they need you to be. They are expecting you to be entry level. And that's really something that I need in order to, break into the industry. And then the other part is the hands-on experience that you get is invaluable, right? Because there are so many things that you don't, unless you implement it in a real world setting, you're not actually going to understand how it works. And then this is a great launching pad because you get that hands-on experience here. Whether you stay with this company or not, you do get that experience once you get out of the internship phase, and then you get to the junior and senior level stages. You start to get that experience under your belt, and then you start becoming more employable at other places, which to me is extremely important, which is why I think this company is doing a great thing with that position. So why me? Why me of all people? There are so many people that can be chosen. Why choose me? Well, I think one of the big reasons to choose me would be because I take the programming side of things so seriously. I do go above and beyond. Aside from the things that we're required to do in a degree program, there are extra things that I do. I'm very proficient in Python. I love C#. I've dabbled in Java. Our degree program only requires that we take programming 1 with C#. I took it upon myself to go ahead and take programming 2 as an elective, just because I want to have that real strong foundation. I take side projects on in my free time. I actually created a program where you can take a song in YouTube and listen to it and convert it automatically into Spotify and create a playlist. I've done a program in C# where you input your name and it automatically orders a pizza for you through Pizza Hut. Right now, me and my brother, we're working on a text-based role-playing game that we're creating in Python. I've also I created a website. So there's there's tons of things that I've done in order to put that knowledge to use. That the things that I learn in class, I don't just learn them and then that's it. Like I take that stuff and put it, try to make it practical so I have something to show. Um, the other really big reason that I think that I have a leg up on the rest of the competition is I have those soft skills that a lot of computer people tend to be lacking. One of the things that Eric told me, like I was saying, they really try to weed out people who do not have the skills to communicate and to work well in teams. That's something that I do every single day. I am in management at my current job, and I have to be able to work with people, I have to be able to communicate with people, I have to have those strong leadership skills. So that's something that would carry over really well, I think, into this new position. And so that does conclude my presentation. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a fantastic day and an even better summer. Thank you.